and Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to be able to speak to you today. If you could kick off with a brief introduction to your film, what can people expect from it?
I'm Julia Jackman, and I'm the director of the film Bonus Track, and it is a comedic, like, queer love story set in the 2000s with a great soundtrack. Hopefully sort of like a fun, nostalgic crowd pleaser for audiences.
Tell us a bit about the backstory. What was the inspiration behind it, and why did you want to make the film?
The lovely actor Josh O'Connor and Mike Gilbert brought me this script in a really, really grim lockdown. I think that January one where we were all slightly losing our minds. And they reached out through my agent, and I read this script, and it was just so warm, and we'd all been tweens or teens in the time period of this film, and I'd been having sort of my first queer experiences exactly at that time, so it just felt so like such an amazing opportunity to make something joyful about that time and being queer at that time. It really spoke to me.
And tell us about your cast and how you chose them and how you worked with them to achieve your vision.
We were lucky enough to have a great ensemble cast. We did a big open call because we wanted to cast new people as Max and George, the two teenage boys. And actually, Joe Anders and Sam Small were the first two people we auditioned, and we auditioned hundreds of people after them. And I remember even before they came in, I heard them sort of vibing and chatting in the audition room, and they just had such good chemistry. And we have an amazing group of supporting adults around them. We're lucky to have Josh O'Connor in a cameo. We're lucky to have Ellie Kendrick, Susan Wokoma, these sort of queer comedy legends. We have Alison Sudol and Jack Davenport as the parents, and I know that our producer and me, we watched him growing up in Pirates of the Caribbean, and we're very excited to have him on board. Yes, it was an incredible. We have Ray Panthaki, who was amazing in Boiling Point and was just incredible in this. So yeah, it's a really warm and exciting ensemble.
And what do you hope people will take away from watching the film, and what does it mean to you to have it playing as part of London Film Festival?
To be honest, I hope people have just a cute, fun time. I hope that it can be a really a lovely, just cute time. But I also hope that it can be part of a wave of films that explore queerness in joyful ways and show young people that they do have room to lead these wonderful lives and love who they want. That's my hope.
And do you feel it's been taken a while for us to reach that point? Perhaps we did, at first we were celebrating just the fact of having LGBTQ plus sort of themed films at all, but now hopefully we're moving to a new stage as well, where they kind of move out of maybe some of those tropes, as you mentioned.
Yes, and it can, not to sugarcoat it, it can be incredibly hard, or it can be exciting, just like anyone's first love. And so I hope that it can actually, I think audiences of any, regardless of sexuality or gender, will be able to relate to that feeling when you're too young to know quite what it is yet, but you just want to see that person all the time, and that feeling of discovery. It's exciting,
And I'm trying to say a few words about being part of London Film Festival, and it's just so exciting to hear all those films presented this morning. It's going to, feels like we're in a great moment for cinema, and particularly British cinema.
I definitely think that it's an amazing moment for British cinema, and I was so excited to be selected to be part of LFF. I don't come from a filmmaking background, and they were one of the first festivals that supported me when I was sort of making shorts in my spare time. And so to have my first feature here is incredible. I'm really honored.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for sharing that, and can't wait for the festival to begin. Thanks a lot. Cheers.